Lil Durk's hopes for release have just been completely shattered as his recently requested bond has been officially denied, proving that all speculation about him walking free was nothing but smoke, and worse, the judge uncovered something deeper, a disturbing pattern in his recent music where he mocks Quando Rondo, pointing to signs that Durk may have orchestrated a chilling murder-for-hire setup with Rondo as a fall guy. What was supposed to be a major victory for Lil Durk and his legal team has turned into a nightmare of epic proportions. Just days ago, fans were celebrating the rumor mill buzzing with talks of Durk being released on bond, with some even claiming that deals have been made behind closed doors. But in a shocking turn of events, the judge denied his bond outright, and not just because of standard legal procedure. No, this was personal. This was deep. This was rooted in something darker that no one expected the courts to find. According to bombshell courtroom documents and insider leaks, the judge in Durk's case took it upon themselves to investigate the lyrical content of Durk's latest tracks. And what they found wasn't just aggressive rap bars. It was evidence, at least in the court's eyes, that Lil Durk may have knowingly and publicly taunted Quando Rondo in ways that could be interpreted as a confession or even a declaration of guilt. We're not just talking about subliminals either. These are blatant, direct, cold, and calculated lyrics. In at least 3 recent songs, Durk references the boy who cried to the law, chess moves made in silence, and dogs that get fed just to get left in the alley, lines that, when taken in context, seem to point right at Quando Rondo. But it doesn't stop there. The judge reportedly connected these lyrics to specific dates surrounding Quando's legal battles, and even a tragic incident that led to the death of one of Rondo's closest associates, an incident that authorities have long suspected wasn't random. And now, there's growing belief within the prosecution that Lil Durk may have orchestrated a setup so smooth, so deeply embedded in street politics and lyrical shade, that it almost went unnoticed until now. You see, from the outside, it looked like Quando Rondo had the feds breathing down his neck due to alleged connections to a violent gang hit. But the twist? Evidence in the case had gaps. No witnesses came forward. Surveillance was shaky. And yet, the heat stayed on Rondo. Why? Because, as new legal insiders are now claiming, someone was pointing the heat in his direction. Someone with influence. Someone with motive. Someone who knew how to use public perception and coded messages in music to manipulate the streets and the system. And that someone is now suspected to be Lil Durk. The prosecution is reportedly exploring the theory that Durk used his platform to shift blame and construct a smoke and mirrors campaign, painting Rondo as a mastermind behind the hit, while remaining clean in the eyes of the law. But the problem with that strategy? He got too cocky. His lyrics didn't just hint at the incident. They narrated it, bar for bar, move for move, from how the plan was initiated, to who carried it out, to where the bodies dropped, and how he never got his hands dirty. That was the line that allegedly sealed the deal. I ain't shoot, but I pulled the string/watched the puppet dance while the angels sang. To the judge, that wasn't art. That was a confession. The bond hearing turned into a lyrical dissection. Prosecutors came with highlighted pages, playbacks of music videos, audio slowed down and played in reverse. They weren't treating Durk like a rapper anymore. They treated him like a criminal mastermind who used music to orchestrate and glorify a murder-for-hire plot while painting his rival, Quando Rondo, as a villain. And it gets even more twisted. Inside sources say there's a sealed affidavit with testimony from someone in Durk's circle. Someone who's flipped. This individual allegedly told prosecutors that Durk had been planning the fall of Quando for months, possibly years, and used songs as both a warning and a celebration of what he saw as justice for Vaughn. Let's be real, the Durk-Rondo beef didn't just start. It's been simmering ever since the tragic death of King Vaughn, Durk's right-hand man, who was killed in a brawl that involved Rondo's crew. Though Quando always denied involvement and claimed self-defense, the streets never forgot, and neither did Durk. From that moment forward, Durk's music changed. It got darker, colder, sharper. Some called it artistic evolution. Others, especially in law enforcement, called it criminal intent, especially now, with these recent tracks laying out what looks like a blueprint of vengeance disguised as storytelling. So where does this leave Durk now? Trapped in a legal vice grip, The denied bond doesn't just mean he's staying locked up. It means the court sees him as a serious threat, a manipulator, a man who weaponizes fame, his lyrics, and his influence to exact revenge and hide behind a mic. And the timing couldn't be worse. Durk was on the verge of dropping another project. He had upcoming shows, sponsorship deals, label negotiations. But all of that is now in limbo. Because if prosecutors follow through on their murder-for-hire theory, we're talking about federal charges, RICO-level consequences, life-altering accusations that make his current incarceration look like a warm-up. And for Quando Rondo, the tables are turning. For months, Rondo has played defense.